traders. In this video I would like to show you some setups that we managed to work out this week. First instrument, Atom USDT. I was loading in advance before the breakout. You see many touches to the level, and I was loading in advance with a small volumes, adding some lots with increase of buyers activity. By that time I have already had 0.5% of movement. Before the breakout the activity was quite high. Here we see that green delta is prevailing each 5 minutes. So on such situation, when you are entering in advance, you lose nothing before the breakout. Even in case the breakout is false, you can close position not only in break-even but with a good profit. Finally, the activity was growing, as you see. Here the breakout, the times of such short breakouts, the breakouts with the short potential, this tip is extremely useful. There was only 0.5% of movement after the breakout, but we managed to increase this potential 4 times due to early loading. So I missed several points to take profit, and finally I decided to close position manually, and there was stop loss hit. Another situation, a downward triangle. I was loading again in advance from points of control in clusters with very small volume. I was waiting 6% potential from the very beginning. However, finally I decided to place 1% take profit, because there is often a situation when we have drastic, very short impulse and instantly the price rolls back again. So we should enter with a very small volume from the very beginning for having our trade to be under control, and just to place the take profit on 1% of movement. Then we increase the volume. Finally, what do we have here? At that moment I have already had some profit, and look at this, how drastic the impulse was. Just instant hit of take profit and the price rolls back. Be aware that placing take profit in advance is extremely good tip. Another good situation on long USDT. I was increasing my short position from this zone that I treated as resistance zone. So there were 3 factors for opening short positions: resistance in points of control, local lows, and the intention of sellers to break this low. There was a very strong and active sellers. Finally, there was the breakout. For the first time I was stopped by the stop loss, and I was trying to load my position again, because the setup was relevant. Pay attention that I have very short stop loss. It's all about risk management. I am hiding my stop loss above the closest limit orders. Look at the clusters, the great activity of sellers with no resistance in form of buyers. Finally, there was the realization of this breakout and the first fixing of sellers. I was fixing by the market plus $22 on this trade. Another situation on REEF. Here I was expecting a refresh of previous highs, and I noticed the high activity of buyers. Finally, how it worked out. Quite good impulse. I was fixing partially by the market, so I left the smallest part, just giving the chance to that trade. The buyers are still active, so buyers are calling the shots. Look how clusters are filling with red. The resistance was critical here, and I decided to close the position by the market. Another interesting situation was in Lung. The price showed the significant growth. At that point I noticed that the price is ready to show the correction after drastic growth, just to cover half of this impulse. Moreover, here we see a strong local level. It was more about pipsing strategy on a very low time frame, and I decided to open short position just to catch the short correction movement. We see that buyers are quite weak, they can't push price higher, and sellers are stronger, as we see according to the red delta. Finally, there was the realization of this impulse. I was partially fixing my position with limit orders. However, the sellers keep pushing the price lower and lower. Most of my position was already fixed. Here we see the strong resistance. At that point I got that the buyers are getting stronger. They are pushing the price back. However, the delta is still red. I was just giving the trade the last chance. Look at this. The delta was getting green, the resistance was increasing, but finally there was a stop loss hit. Another situation, XRP instrument, the breakout of 15 minutes level. Look at this, there are many touches and there was the interest to break such level. I was entering on high activity of buyers. Look at this, power of buyers, green delta. So I placed several limit orders to fix the position in case of worst scenario. Nothing but a risk management. There was the impulse realization. I was fixing the position by the market partially, just to maximize my profit. On such a bad market, it's reasonable not to be greedy and fix most of your position on 1% of movement. 2/3 of my position was fixed. Finally, the price rolled in and I fixed the last part. The last situation, BLZ, the breakout of local support level. I was adding the position on high activity of sellers, as you see in red delta. There was the realization of breakout, quite active and admirable. So I was fixing along this impulse. You should do this extremely quickly, just to maximize your profit. And the last part was fixed, plus $55 on this trade. And don't forget to subscribe for our Telegram channel with free trading setups. Just check our statistics. For the previous week you could have plus 21% to your deposit just by training only our setups. Don't forget to visit our website with our individual unique course on which there is installment payments available. Stay tuned, see you soon.